The night before our first team meeting to kick off the 2014-2015 season, I communicated to each of the seniors and told them I was going to give them a minute or two to talk about what it means to them to be a Longhorn. And I kind of stole the idea from a book that's out, and it had some quotes by Ricky Williams. And I read the team those, and then I turned to the seniors and said, now it's up to you. And each of them had some pretty poignant thoughts to share, but Tripp's hit a home run. As he was speaking, I got goosebumps all over my body, basically, and almost a big tear in my eye. And I looked around, and the freshmen were holding on to every word he said. But it was a great quote, and it really meant a lot to me because it meant that Tripp, through the course of the 4 years, truly understood that there's a whole lot more to life than swimming up and down a pool.
Whenever I came here, I wanted to follow in the greats' footsteps, but that didn't really necessarily mean making it to NCAAs. I just kind of took that for granted. I was like, whenever I come here, Eddie's going to get me to NCAAs. It's not going to really be difficult, but that was, I was in for a wake-up call there. So now you really, whenever you see your teammates there, you think they're going to be with you all the way, and then, they don't make it NCAAs. It's kind of a wake-up call, and it makes you feel pretty fortunate.
Well, you mentioned that Tripp was one of the top 4 or 5 swimmers in the history at the University of Texas in the 100 butterfly, and you need to know that's a very prestigious group of people he's joining. We're talking 2 former world record holders, we're talking NCAA champions, and it's been quite pleasurable just to watch him not only grow in terms of his time progression, but also as an individual, as a member of the team, as a contributing member of the team, and not just through the points he scores in meets, but the things he says in the locker room, the things he says during a meet, the things he says after someone swims, be it a good swim or a bad swim. He's reached sort of a point where all of our seniors are basically our captains, and he's certainly worthy of that title.
My goal every time I jump in the water is to touch first, is to win. I'm going to use Jack and Joe. They just have a God-given talent, and from them I kind of learned that there's going to be another day, there's going to be another race. I don't know if I can push them to a greater level. But they definitely push me. I try to race them as often as I can. When you have American record holder, you don't get any greater competition than that.